Throughout my life, I lived in maybe over 14 states. So I've been all over the place. We went straight to Colorado, to straight to Washington.
Sabrina and I left Colorado because of a domestic violence situation. I was getting physically hurt, and I knew if we stayed any longer, there would be a chance where my daughter would get hurt, and I couldn't have that.
She would have like marks on her arms of like fingerprints. So I knew something wasn't okay, and I kept trying to tell her, we need to move. We are going to get out of here.
And we just drove just north. We got to Idaho, and I had to decide where $300 was going to take me. So we got to the hotel. They had a swimming pool, and I'll never forget Sabrina and I just swimming probably about 4.5 hours just trying to decide what we were going to do and was she okay. And my daughter spent that whole time making sure that I was the one that was okay. And I knew that we were going to survive. We were going to get through this together. We moved to Oak Harbor in October of 2018. And as soon as we crossed Deception Pass, I knew this was home. In January, my oldest daughter, Samantha, lost her fiance.
When my sister's fiance died, at first I was in shock, and I'm like, what? Did I hear that wrong?
There was a day where Sabrina was at school and they were listening to some music and a song was on and she just started crying, and Miss Morgan Mueller saw her and took her out.
Seeing one of like the family hurt, it just is awful.
In April, I was trying to make dinner, and all of a sudden I realized that I couldn't use my hands, and I started shaking, and then I went to call out for help, and I could no longer use my voice.
First, when my mom had a stroke, I was confused. I was like, what is happening?
And she got on the phone with 911 with one phone and on the phone with my mom with the other phone, you know, just like, okay, what is it that I have to do? And so she held on to me. She's like, you're going to be okay, Mom.
I just had to go into like a parent mode.
It was just one more little struggle that we had to get through.
Last year I went to Oak Harbor Intermediate. Mr. Schmid and Mrs. Morgan Mueller were definitely great teachers. They actually talk to you, and they don't just ignore you and be like, well, you just have to get over your anxiety. And they will actually like be there and they'll listen.
The two of them were the perfect combination for Sabrina. They were able to bring that life back into her.
I like other teachers to know that if they just support the student enough, then they can just feel at home. Like in the morning, you just say, how are you? Are you doing all right?
There's always a why behind every story. You know, whether somebody had a fight with their parent right before they got to school, or somebody witnessed, you know, a drug deal, or, you know, little things, big things can happen.
Another thing would be that don't just think, since they have been through tough times, that they shouldn't give them a challenge, because then you just feel very, like, pitied.
I would like the teachers of Oak Harbor to realize that just because a student may be struggling, going through things mentally, physically, they can overcome them. They can achieve their goals. They can step up to the plate and thrive